school, and welcome to KHTV's presentation of Friday Night Lights. I'm Mason Helen alongside Owen Speaker. We apologize for joining you so late, but obviously there's some technical difficulties we have to work with. If you remember last year, I was probably commentating alongside Owen back there, but I've got a new Owen to my left. We're excited to have you back as the Kirkwood Pioneers take on the number 2 ranked Eureka Wildcats. Owen, tell me about the game so far.
Well, we're just so happy to be back here watching Friday Night Lights at Kirkwood High School from Lions Field. But this hasn't been a great one for the Pioneers. They're behind 10-0. We're at 8:59 in the second quarter, and Kirkwood really needs to change things around if they want to come back and win this game. They're not favorites, but it's not impossible for them to come back, win this one. This is a winnable game, but we're going to have to work hard to do it. Back to you, Mason.
Eureka's attempt at reversing their 10-yard loss on a holding penalty will not be successful. They will have a 26-yard field goal attempt. I apologize. 33-yard field goal attempt. Kirkwood will have Eureka will have a 26-yard field goal attempt.
What a lucky break for Kirkwood.
Kirkwood, the ball. So far, they've been flip-flopping back and forth.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like Kirkwood has 100% settled on a QB1. That can be less important because Kirkwood is running a really run-heavy offense, which we just saw in the current play.
Number 21, Diane Royal, went to the time carry. I'm not sure if but Diane Royal, obviously the first serve recruit by Ole Miss, carrying the ball this game.
Here's the run yet again.
Royal let him carry.
It looks like they're going to move the chains here. We don't know. They will move the chains. First down for Kirkwood. Kirkwood is behind the 10 Pioneers. To drive the ball down the field. Hopefully, with some high distances, they're driving the ball wise and we expect that to be.
Yeah, the way that this game is going right now, Kirkwood should feel really good about just getting that first down. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Kirkwood now.
2nd and 6 for Kirkwood, obviously trying to get some sort of offensive motion going. They'll send 2 wide. Haven't been running many tight end plays this game. Are being close. They will send a tight end. Wise. Finds 3. Larry Robinson. Finds number 3, Larry Robinson on the sideline. They will move the chains once again.
Some of Kirkwood's best plays have come on the pass. So it's really starting to seem to us like Kirkwood may want to start passing more, as they're very successful when they do.
Indeed. Kirkwood at the 45, looking to make something happen. To try to confuse the defense, they are sending receivers left, right, and center. One very wide.
16 goes over.
Number 10, he's at the 20, so far. 35, take it down to 20. Number 10, Chris Pollard will go down to the 20. Kirkwood with a huge reception. We'll see Nicholas Copeland first scrambling to get a shot. him and Abraham are favorites.
And yet again, the pass play is the best option.
Indeed, Eureka is expecting a run game, and when they went over the top, there were too many holes in the defense for Eureka to cope.
Unless something really drastic happens, it looks like Kirkwood is on their way to the first touchdown of the game.
They'll send another block out wide. They'll send Royal up the middle. He'll gain 4.
Royal wins carry. Gain 3 on the play. Second down and 7.
Second and 7 for Kirkwood. Well within the field goal range of Evan Peters, who made a 45-yarder against Pattonville last week.
Yeah, Evan Peters came on this year. He's a senior. Jed Holliday was sort of splitting time with Miles Kruger taking a lot more of those field goal attempts and punts towards the end of the season. Miles Kruger played the vast majority of Turkey Day, if not all.
Wise will scramble. Reaches for a man in the end zone. Touchdown Pioneers!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's gotta feel good to be a
Number 1, James catch. He reels it in from the Eureka defender. Number 7, Wise, scrambling. Peters will line up for the extra point. Kirkwood draws to within 4 of Eureka. They look to make it 3 with Peters' leg. Extra point is up and good. Make it 7-10. Kirkwood is slowly clawing their way back into this game on.
Absolutely. This is the momentum they needed. They needed to see that they can play with Eureka. They're not far away. We're just a touchdown from winning as we go into that half. 5:47 left on the clock.
Mandated water breaks due to the temperature. The referee will call for one. We'll take this one for some station identification. I'm Mason Heller alongside Owen Spiegel with the help of Quinn Sells, Jacob Heller, Ian Lino, Kamal Webb, Molly Brown, Eric Schmitz, and Miles Blake. We appreciate you all tuning in tonight. Kirkwood Pioneers 7, Eureka Wildcats 10. Welcome back.
What a beautiful night we have here in front of us. There's nothing quite like Friday night lights here in beautiful Midwest America. We've got a lovely sunset in front of us. There's no place we'd rather be.
Indeed, there's no place I'd rather be than in the booth tonight.
Especially as Kirkwood has really changed the momentum of this game.
Indeed, they have. Kirkwood obviously struggling against DeSmet. A lot of hype was coming into the game with number 21 Zion Royal.
Yeah, DeSmet's a very good team. We shouldn't be too disappointed with that. You know, you obviously want to win every single game that you go out there and play, but at the same time, you cannot let losses against very good teams disappoint you and upset you to the fact that you're not willing to go in there and give it your best game. I think the Pattonville win was scrappy, but it got the job done. It's a W. It's a W.
That's what Kirkwood needs right now is that scrappy offense. Peters with the kick. Go for the touchback. Eureka will pick it up. Go for the run. He goes out wide. He will slide down just short of the 25-yard line.
For those of you who weren't with us for the Pattonville game at Pattonville High School, it was a 10-7 victory for Kirkwood Pioneers. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal for the Pioneers, and 1 touchdown for Pattonville. Very low-scoring game.
Appreciate the technical support of them. If my microphone sounds scratchy, I apologize. It's not my fault. No one's fault, really. We're making best with what we've got here. 5:30 left in the quarter. Left in the half, really. Man, oh, and isn't that sunset absolutely beautiful? It's mesmerizing.
It's just beautiful.
Kirkwood and their signature Blackout theme. They'll start the chants in the student section, telling Eureka that they are unable to hear them, which is valid. But Eureka, unfortunately, first down for them. Not much from the crowd, though.
Unfortunately, Wolfpack Nation did set up a fire alarm last week.
Yeah, they did.
Caused some ruckus, as fire alarms do tend to do.
Indeed, they did.
They're back here, full strength, leading the chants, getting us hyped up. The football season.
Eureka brought down, no yards gained at all. They'll flip the down marker. Second down and 9.
Smoke machines, they really do tend to go awry quite often.
Kirkwood will look to stop a very aggressive pass offense from Eureka. So far, their touchdown was on a long pass. They'll find a running back. Tries to escape. Brought down for a loss of 3 yards.
Great adaptiveness from the Kirkwood defense. They've been great so far this season.
Evans with the tackle. Evans also the backup kicker, but able to bring down the running back.
Third down and a lot of work to do here for Eureka.
Eureka will go for another long pass, way over the heads of the receivers. 10 yards.
I can't help but think that Eureka just got a little flustered there.
Indeed. Eureka will have to punt here. And Kirkwood's defense so far is reeling them back into this game. Kirkwood come in with 2 big
Coach
shots
Geist
in a
has
row.
been a solid, consistent presence at Kirkwood High School for more than 10 years, I believe.
Indeed. Kirkwood kept DeSmet to only 7 points in the first half, obviously falling off in the second half. We can blame that on fatigue, not defensive calling. But
Absolutely, but if you can hold them to 7 in one quarter, you can absolutely hold them all game long. They just need to find that in themselves.
punt will scramble all the way back to the 11-yard line.
Very good punt.
Punt will be down at the 10-yard line.
You know, speaking of Kirkwood defense, Carson Lindquist had one heck of a game against Pat.
Indeed he did.
17 solo tackles, which was a school record, by the way. Then we have 3 sacks, which in itself is an amazing statistic, with 4 tackles for loss and 4 more assisted tackles. You just can't ask for more of a game from your defense, can you?
No, you cannot. Carson Lindquist, St. Louis Post-Dispatch Football Athlete of the Week. Absolutely incredible.
Absolutely. Great pride to Kirkwood to have him on the team.
Wise will get the ball, scrambles back, out of the pocket, finds his tight end. Brought down for a 2-yard gain.
Very modest gain there.
Indeed. On the first down, though, what else can you ask for? You're just trying to chip away at.
Kirkwood really has transformed in this game. In the first quarter, we saw a lot of running. Now we're morphing a little bit into exploring our pass options, and I think it's paying off.
I agree. They'll send 3 wide.
Really
One up the middle.
stretching Eureka defense here.
Wise cuts it back.
Wise goes up the middle. 3 yards left for a first down.
Great, Ryan Thornhill.
Kirkwood will have to go for it. Will they find a pass option? We don't know yet.
Big third down here, but then again, when isn't it a big third down?
They'll bring 17, Whittington, out of the field. Whittington found deep last possession for a big gain. Will he be able to do it again? They'll have Zion Royal run up the middle. He will get close.
And off up the middle.
We'll have to see. I can see this going either way. I'm not quite sure.
They will not move the chains.
Unfortunately for Kirkwood, they'll have to decide what they want to do here. This is a big decision. They're not that deep.
They are not going to take the quarterback off the field.
Yeah, Creighton Wise has been receiving a lot more snaps than he did against DeSmet in Pattonville.
Indeed, he did.
Seems to be settling a little bit into more of the QB1 role.
Indeed. Nesledge got a look earlier, hasn't seen one since. Wise will scramble. He'll get to the second down. He'll get 2 yards. The refs ended up moving the chains here, so call was changed, which means that Kirkwood didn't have the pressure of completing a pass.
Very good fortune for Kirkwood there.
Wise's strength that I think is going to make him QB1 at least in this game is he's able to scramble out of that pocket so well and find his passing options.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more. Creighton West really settling in and finding really creative ways to get out of the pocket. He's keeping Kirkwood alive in situations where
Indeed he is.
really matching them up on defense.
Yeah, he's got great scramble with those feet. So, Kirkwood.
Please reset the clock to 1:50.
We are approaching half here, just a minute 31 left on the clock. And you can see in the bottom of your screen here, the band is taking the field.
Thank you.
What will Kirkwood do with this last minute 31 in front of him?
Kirkwood, actually with a minute 51 now, the ref has changed the clock. We've got a little more real estate to work with. We'll put giant roll to his left. They run well up the middle. Well up the middle! Oh my! He's at the 50! There you go, taking down at the 45.
Red. Going into the half is a really important time. Kirkwood totally has the momentum in this game, and they want to make the absolute most of it. Because as we've seen in game after game, things tend to sort of regress towards the mean at halftime after people have had time to reset. Coaches have been able to have their words with the team. Kirkwood really... Oh, whoa, something interesting happening.
Kirkwood holding there while Owen was in the middle of talking about that, unfortunately. What was an incredible gain by Zion Royal negated by an offensive lineman's mistake. They will be able to replay the second down, though, which means that they do have...
Second and about 20.
Looks like there's a timeout being called. Timeout being called for Eureka.
I lied. Got that much higher for Kirkwood.
Clock will run.
You know, there's always a lot of pressure to be part of the Kirkwood High School football program.
Wise finds his receiver, 10-yard gain.
They'll have to have an impressive third down.
Indeed, they will need a 9-yard third down gain. But I would be surprised if they didn't go for it on fourth down with only a minute left.
Absolutely, I agree with that, 100%. But yes, always a lot of pressure to be part of the Kirkwood High School football program. Have not had a losing season since 2008.
Indeed, the Kirkwood football program, always a storied one. And now with Jeremy Macklin, former NFL player, at the head coaching position, it seems like Kirkwood's ceiling is slowly growing. Unfortunately for them, though, their opponents are also getting way better.
Yeah, and a lot of doubts in this season, especially because we didn't really seem to know at all who our QB1, who the anchor of our team is going to be in games 1 and 2. Here, I think we're seeing a little bit better performance, but Kirkwood really has a lot to prove. They started with a loss, then got a win against a not-so-great team, and it was really scrappy. If they can take the win here against Eureka, a lot of doubters will be persuaded, but a loss here would be really devastating for Kirkwood.
Indeed, Kirkwood does not want to lose against a team that they lost so narrowly against last year. Kirkwood.
3rd and 9.
They'll send 2 out wide, 2 and 1 formation. Wise scrambles, sacked. Loss of 1. Kirkwood, it looks like Kirkwood will go for it.
The loss of yardage on that play too.
And it looks like they'll bring out the punt team.
Timeout. Eureka. Your second charge. Timeout.
So Mason Heller, are you going for it?
If I'm Coach Macklin here, I'm going for it 100%. I've got 47 seconds on the clock. Eureka is maybe going to get 3 plays at that time. 40-yard drive in that time. Against a run-heavy offense like Eureka is unlikely. So I personally would go for it here. Now, to your point, Coach Drinkwitz of the Missouri Tigers did not announce his QB1 until the first game as well. So perhaps our criticisms of Macklin are
slightly unfounded, but I think it's important to recognize how important having that figurehead for your team is, right? Last year it was Deion Brown, setting school record 7 touchdowns, going D1, going to EMU. He had offers from Big 12 universities like Colorado. He is the star of this team. Now, who's your star? You've got Zion Royal, but he's a running back and he's only been here for a year, right? You've got Creighton Wise, who's a hometown hero. He's incredibly popular among the senior class. You have Owen Neslitz, who's a rising star as a junior. Who are you going to pick?
And they did go for the punt.
Kirkwood.
Wasn't quite as far as they could have hoped. 36.2 seconds left in the first half.
Kirkwood will look to stop Eureka with the 30 seconds Eureka has. You'll need a 70-yard drive. Kirkwood will need a 70-yard stop.
A quick Eureka touchdown would do a lot to dampen the spirits of Kirkwood here.
Indeed, it would. Now, if you're Eureka's head coach, what are you trying to do here? You need a Hail Mary pass. Someone calls a timeout. Oh, it's a flag.
You can only guess as to what this would be.
False start on the offense. They'll draw back 10 yards.
Wow.
5 yards.
Good luck for Kirkwood there.
5-yard penalty for a false start. Unlike the NFL, the clock does not run after a penalty is called, so Eureka cannot use the penalties to burn time. Kruger will shift 2-0 in an attempt to rush through. Read well by Eureka. Only a 5-yard gain from the running back. They will still have 10 yards to work.
Second
Take
and
this
9
pause
here.
and play for station identification. KHTV alongside the Kirkwood call. Here with Mason Heller here with Owen Spiegel alongside him. Big shout out. Oh, and that's the end of the half. Your Kirkwood Pioneers 7, Eureka Wildcats 10. We will take a short break. We'll be back with the KHTV halftime show. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back to KHTV's presentation of Friday Night Lights.
Okay. We just need to hope that they don't.
Welcome back to KHTV's presentation of Friday Night Lights. Your Kirkwood Pioneers taking on the Eureka Wildcats on this beautiful Friday night. Pioneers 7, Wildcats 10. Well, I'm Mason Heller alongside Owen Spiegel, joined by Miles Boyko, Quinn Sills, Early Brown, Jacob Heller, Ian Reno, Kamal Webb, and several others, Eric Schmitz. We appreciate them joining us here on this fine Friday night. We appreciate you tuning back in with us. Well, the Pioneers started off incredibly weak. No run game to speak of. Unable to break through the Eureka's lines. But they're coming back. Their defense has kept them in this game. And Zion Royal and Chris Potter have been bludgeoning this Eureka defense to give them any hope in this game. But they've got some hope.
Absolutely. We are super excited for Kirkwood. We think that this has the potential, at least, to be a very good second half for Kirkwood. Would you agree?
Kirkwood's second half performance so far has been subpar.
Absolutely.
Against his men, they went from being down, actually up 7-5, to being down 44-24 at the end of it.
Absolutely. And, there's always so much pressure to be part of Kirkwood High School football. This is such a winning program that we are off to a 500 start, and there are so many rewards. We expect greatness from this team, and that is it's hard to live up to it. But Kirkwood has seemingly been excited to rise to the challenge right here. That first quarter was not looking good. Eureka really did seem to just be the better team.
They wanted a better game.
Absolutely. But this second quarter was, it gave you a little bit of faith.
Yeah, Kirkwood, under the leadership of Jerry Franklin, has that comeback spirit. Kirkwood has not lost, has not had a losing season since 2008.
Absolutely, that's such a hard streak to keep alive to. I mean, not so hard to keep alive, but it's so hard to do year after year after year, especially when turnover is so high as it is in high school.
Kirkwood also 2 state championships at a time, 2012 and 2016, against units like Christian Brothers College, nationally ranked. CBC obviously included programs since they're a private school, but Kirkwood manages to bring in talent each year, and they always do surprise us some way. So, will that be tonight?
Yeah, and there's just so much pressure and so many worries about this team. But this game has been going a lot better than people expected that it would be. I mean, it feels like a lot to be saying as we're losing 7-10 right now, but I'll call attention to GSV STL had this game at negative 5.5 on the spread for Eureka. So we're currently beating the spread. Of course, we'll have a lot of football left to play. And in GSV STL's sort of fan poll, nearly 80% of respondents said that they expected Eureka to walk away with the W on this one. Now, at the moment, yes, they are. But I don't think the win is out of reach at all for Kirkwood here. They have really settled into a much more aggressive, confident passing game that I think is making them a better team. Creighton Wise is taking a
agree.
lot more of the snaps, which I think is great. Owen Nesledge is a great quarterback. We're so excited to see what he has, but it's also great to see Creighton Wise play the way he's been doing. He's really been finding his targets, and he's also been navigating the pocket super well.
Indeed.
We're really excited to see him play. I mean, we could come back out here, and Jimmy Macklin could decide that Owen Nesledge is playing the entire second half. We really haven't settled into a defined routine play personnel yet. We just have not. But the snaps that Creighton Wise has been getting today have been great. Would you agree?
Yes. So Creighton Wise has improved his completion rate. His total completion rate so far in the season has been 40%, which, if you were to look at the NFL, is obviously a stat that is subpar. But in high school, it's somewhere where you can work from, and he's been working out of this fight with Owen Nesledge to, I think, become the defined QB1. He's so popular among the senior class. He's a hometown hero, and I'm super proud that we finally have a defined figurehead. We talked about this earlier. Deion Brown last year was Kirkwood's figurehead. He's a D1 commit, graduated at semester to go and play his hardest. He scored 7 touchdowns in a game for Kirkwood. He was unstoppable. But we didn't have that person this year until we got Zion Royal. But Zion Royal's only been here a year, He hasn't earned that clout for himself. But Creighton Wise is here, and he is here to lead this team. And I think if he continues to lead, he continues to break out of the pocket, continues to surprise this Eureka defense with his speed and his maneuverability, and getting reps in on his wide receivers.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of splitting time between quarterbacks, but we don't ever want to pretend that we know more than Macklin. Obviously, he understands this business. He is a former NFL pro, so we stand behind any decision that he makes. But it's really good to see this Kirkwood team. And, we don't want to overstate things. We are still losing right now. We don't know what's happening in the locker room right now with about 5 minutes until we resume some football here for you guys. But we really hope that it's an aggressive approach that it's going to lead to scoring. I mean, these have been pretty low-scoring games for Kirkwood. This was the final score, actually, of the Pattonville game away.
Indeed it was, Owen. As someone who's played sports in high school and played sports like football, obviously I've never played football. I would not be up here in this broadcast booth if I had. But that locker room speech, it's either make or break, right? Coach is going to say something that's going to get you out there, and you're going to hit stick the linebacker if you're the tight end. Or he's going to say something that, you're going to go for the line, you're going to try to hop over, and you're just not going to have the jump to do it. It's all a mental game right now for Kirkwood, especially in high school ball. They talk about college is more entertaining than the NFL because upsets happen. But think about high school, right? If it's that much more chaotic than college, even, anything can happen in line.
Absolutely. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
And we're
so excited.
We're just so excited to be here. I mean,
Indeed.
There's really nothing like high school football on Friday nights. We just saw a great performance from the band and the Pommies yet again. We're just so happy to be here. That beautiful sunset did unfortunately leave us, but seeing what we have in front of us is still just so beautiful. We're so excited to be here with you guys. The atmosphere here is just great. I think Kirkwood is definitely up there with some of the best places to watch high school football here in St. Louis.
Eureka will start their warm-up routine.
Absolutely. Eureka is such a good atmosphere, too.
Yes. Both schools have phenomenal turnouts from the student section. Kirkwood earlier lamented that they could not hear Eureka's, to which we will attest from the broadcast booth. Eureka's student section has been silent since the touchdown. Absolutely no ride.
Yeah, quite a few Eureka traveling fans here.
They do. I would say a good 200.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Kirkwood is taking the field. We will have football for you in just T-minus 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
We'll take a break here for some station identification. KHTV with the Kirkwood Call. I'm Mason Heller alongside Owen Siegel. Assisted by Miles Royko, Quinn Sells, Erica Schmitz, Norley Brown, Jacob Heller, Ian Reno, Matthew Trask, and Kamal Webb. We thank you for tuning in. We'll take a short break and be back for you with some Kirkwood Pioneer football.
notebook.
Welcome back. They have 3 minutes until they take the field. Kirkwood is back on the field. They'll get their jumping jack circle going. You know what? You know what I see right now? I see a lot of energy from those boys, even after a half of football. Football, according to the scientists, is the most brutal game for your body. So these boys, I know for a fact, are hurting.
So much energy here.
But there's energy. They're getting it
Absolutely.
from the fans. They're getting it from the
Especially
fans.
also in the student section and in the home end. We saw a lot of people leave the game at halftime of that dismet performance, which did not go well. But the people are just still really excited about this game. It does not feel like a lost cause.
It does not. The student section has not decreased in size one bit.
No,
I'm looking out to my
absolutely
left.
not. Some of the best fans of football here.
Indeed, Kirkwood are best fans in football. So
It looks like we are setting up here, final preparation for what should be a really entertaining second half.
they'll head over to the sidelines. Kirkwood will receive the ball. They deferred in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never against receiving the ball.
In the second half? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but when was the last time you coached football?
It was just a few never ago's.
Yes, a few fortnights perhaps. Kirkwood will receive the ball first. Now, let's talk about what we need to see. I don't think we need to talk about what we need to see from Kirkwood, but here's what I think will be the omen for Kirkwood. What is the first play they run? Do they go for the pass, or do they try to slot Royal up the middle?
I mean, I've said it before. I'm sure I'll say it again. But I am so adamantly pro-pass for this team. I just feel like we're seeing such better performances when we want to pass the ball, we play aggressively, we play like we can win, and we're not scared of the other team.
So Kirkwood's game plan, unfortunately, rather predictable. First down, they will run the ball up the middle for a yard, gain into maybe 2 to 4 yards. Then they'll try to go for some sort of throw in the second play. Third play, depending on where they are, they'll either run or throw. And then the fourth down, so far they haven't gone for it, they just punted. So, as Owen has said earlier in the game, you could probably bet on Kirkwood's run game and be right almost 100% of the time because it is a predictable system. Now, one of the things that I think Macklin has changed this game is he's switched it a little bit. It might not be Royal getting the ball. It might be the tight end getting it out wide. It might be drawing one of the linebackers in to try to rush, and then Y scrambles out of the pocket for a small gain. They're finding ways to be creative, and that's what's throwing the week off, and that's why this game's close.
Here's that buzzer. 12 minutes on the clock. 7 to 10. We are ready to play football. Eureka sets up for the kickoff.
Kirkwood will put 2 back to receive.
Eureka takes their positions.
The fans will wave their magic fingers at the kicker. Big boot for Eureka. Looks like it will be a touchback.
Way over.
Kick was still 15 up, that was a touchback. Pioneers to start the possession from their own 20 yard.
We have a 1st and 10 from the 25 for Kirkwood.
Kirkwood will put Wise on the field. Wise, but no Zion Royal. This looks like they're going to change up the game plan just a little bit here on.
Looks like we have 3 wide receivers. It looks like we're doing a 3-1, no tight ends.
The fake run works. He'll get out wide. First down, Pioneers.
Wow. What a way to start the second half.
That was number 9.
Number 9, Tyson Sanders. Tyson Sanders injured last year, making a comeback. He carries the ball for a good first down.
Nothing quite
Even to
as
Sanders again.
disappointing.
He'll dive through the middle. 5-yard gain.
Nothing quite as disappointing as being an injured athlete. Totally messes with you. Completely miss a year. It's such a big deal. And for an athlete to bounce back, it's incredible.
Indeed, it takes a lot of effort to bounce back from something. Kirkwood currently in a no-huddle situation. They're trying to move as fast as they can with the limited amount of time they have.
You've got at least one tight end on the field right now. I can't quite see the other side of the line.
Wise will scramble. Gain of 3 for Wise. Obviously, when high school, so a little bit of hesitation on the keeper there, but it's okay. It ends up resulting in a 3-yard gain for the Pioneers. They only have 2 to go, and it looks attainable for the Pioneers.
That'll be first down.
First down. Stiff arms. Stumble out at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Creighton Wise has been great at running, too. Very good performance from him. Always good to see a quarterback diversify. Very good player. Kirkwood will have it just 4 yards short of the halfway line. Creighton will run again.
Wise dodges the tackle. 7-yard gain for Wise. Possibly 8. He's scrambling out of the pocket so well. Oh, and I think you've got to give him the starting role at this point.
You know, he's certainly making a case for it with this game. Owen Nessage is a junior. We'll still have another year of Kirkwood High School football. But this is going to be the last
hands off to Royal. Royal up the middle. First down for Royal. But he keeps scrambling. Royal at the 45. He's down. Kirkwood is driving this ball.
What a
Coach
game.
Bensing on the sideline loses his headset. He's so excited.
This drive has been so good so far for Kirkwood.
Student section getting loud. Royal up the middle. A 9-yard gain for Royal. Kirkwood is driving this ball up the field as fast as they possibly can.
Whatever Macklin said in the locker room worked.
Indeed, it did. There is a lot of energy coming from this Pioneers offense right now, and Eureka is just not able to get into the gaps. Hand it off again to Royal. Royal finds space. He's at the 35.
Kirkwood is just 22 yards short of a touchdown.
Royal with another first down for the Pioneers. Now, they've got this perfect mix of QB sneaks, tight end sneaks, and running back, sending it down. And Royal is finding space. He's breaking wide. This is the reason he's being recruited by 4-star colleges, because he's finding that space. Wise.
That'll really slow down their momentum there, Wise being caught like that. I think that they did get a little bit back into the running there. I never have a problem with running the ball. It's just we were looking at a team who didn't seem like they could do anything but run the ball.
Indeed.
Some commotion on the field right now.
Eureka sideline quiet now. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Flag. There were 16 seconds left before the clock started. Not sure why there's a flag. Perhaps unsportsmanlike conduct, illegal receiver, too many men, several different infractions. Maybe even silent infractions. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Eureka.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Half the distance to the goal is an absolute killer for Eureka. First down for Kirkwood, and they will try to drive this ball into the end zone. Not sure what the unsportsmanlike conduct call is for, but if you're Eureka's man who just got called for that, you're sitting on the bench.
Very significant yardage gain for Kirkwood here. Tensions are high. Kirkwood needs to convert in these next few drives.
Tensions are definitely rising, as Drake says. Off to Tyson Sanders on the right side.
The flag.
Another flag.
We'll have to see what that's about.
Not sure what this is about. Eureka has been killed by penalties this game, though. 25 penalty yards to Kirkwood's 5. That's a
Personal foul.
personal foul on Kirkwood. It's a 15-yard penalty. They will go right back to the side. They will replay first down, however, though, which is significant. Owen thoughts on this one.
First down into the lot is my first thought.
Well, the good news for the Pioneers is they will stay on first down. They will have to fight their way back from this one, though. Sanders will line up to the right of Royal. Sanders will line up to the right of Wise. Wise will sneak up the middle. Find space. Good for a 7-yard gain.
Wise with the carry inside the 20.
Kirkwood does not have the opportunity for first down because they are in goal range. This means Kirkwood will have to score here.
A lot of boos from the student section.
Some turmoil in the student section at the moment. Kirkwood still playing on the field, though. Wise drops back, finds his receiver. He's run up the middle. He was unable to find his receiver. He'll run out the outside. A good 10-yard gain for Wise. He had 2 open receivers in the end zone. A little bit of hesitancy to take the pass here.
You know, it's hard to complain about that down, though. Very significant
Indeed,
yardage
it was
gain.
a good run for Kirkwood. They will go for it here. I think there's no reason for them not to.
Absolutely. This is at least a field goal right here.
Exactly. Now, if you're Macklin, do you go for the touchdown?
Obviously, you want to put yourself ahead. It's simple.
Completely agree with Mr. Spiegel's analysis on that one. We've got 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Oh, another flag toss.
False start? Question
Maybe a
mark?
false start in Eureka.
Timeout. Kirkwood.
Ah, I see.
First timeout. This man.
Kirkwood's traditional confetti toss, a success this year in the Blackout theme. Usually white confetti is tossed, but they'll get away with it this year, red and white. Used to be the powder toss until the band complained, but that's where we are at the moment. That was what the turmoil was earlier. Kirkwood will sit on the sidelines, discussing their plan of attack here. I think they're going for it, don't you?
3rd and 6. Big third down here. Very good run from Creighton to get it well within scoring range. Back from, it was 1st and 17, maybe?
1st and 17. So, for Kirkwood here, though, they have the option. I was wrong. They're not within goal distance. They have, if they get to the 1-yard line, they're going to first down. So the closer you can get to the end zone here, the better. Are they going to run? They'll line up with 2 receivers wide. None on the left. 1 tight end. Oh, and they've caught Eureka lacking. Wow. Half the distance to the goal line. Caught Eureka looking. A great fake snap by Creighton Wise.
A lot of reasons to celebrate.
Indeed,
if you're a Kirkwood Pioneer.
to catch their cornerbacks and their linebackers lacking.
Switching of personnel for Eureka as the situation has completely changed.
Kirkwood will put in their biggest center, their center Justin Hacker, to try to stop this attack.
Yeah, Creighton Wise comes off the field.
Indeed, Wise will look to have some defenders, especially since this is an attempt to run it right over the top of Eureka. They also could put one wide, see a St. Nick Foles pass like we saw in the Super Bowl a couple years ago against the Patriots. Doesn't look like we'll see that today, though. Oh, snap directly as well. Touchdown Pioneers!
Ladies and gentlemen, your Kirkwood Pioneers are leading this game.
It's incredible. The Pioneers have taken the lead in a game where they were expected to lose by 5.5 points.
Touchdown!
I apologize if we sound like carnies, but we are just so excited about this touchdown. The student section is getting loud. They're throwing the extra confetti they've got left over. It's exciting. It's so exciting to watch these Pioneers play.
Evan Peters
for the snap. Good extra point. It's 14-10 Pioneers.
He converts. Evan Peters didn't have the best of games in his debut for Kirkwood against DeSmet, but it seems like he's really grown.
Now, Kirkwood had talked about, at least on social media, Revenge Day against Eureka. Perhaps this is something that's motivating these Kirkwood players, right? I mean, you lose by 1 point last year on a field goal with less than 10 seconds on the clock. He was talking to a post dispatch reporter who was next to us in the booth about that very fact. And now they're in control of this game. Now, what we would say in soccer is it's still 0-0, but what you might say in football is there's still 2 minutes left in this quarter that they can score. They need to play incredibly aggressive defense here if they want any chance. The defense was what kept them in the game, wasn't it all?
Absolutely. I mean, this defense has really kept Kirkwood in some tough situations. They delayed Eureka and kept them to a field goal in one of those really unfortunate drives after putting no safeties in and losing a lot of yardage. But then they really figured it out, kept Eureka to 3 points. And that's the reason that Kirkwood's winning right now.
Indeed, Eureka's ball carrier knocked out at the 27-yarder. Eureka will need 80 yards of drive to score. Kirkwood was able to knock off 6 minutes on the clock.
Eureka is
long drive.
definitely not to be underestimated. This is a great football team.
Great football program. Again, we talked about this earlier. GSV's rankings, controversial to some, are what we would like to go off of, given that no one else ranks these teams. So, Eureka being number 2 in Class 5 is incredible. There will be a water break.
You know, a win for Kirkwood here would mean so much, because if you've been following Kirkwood football for a while, it seems that we do play Eureka every single year. But Kirkwood doesn't have a win since 2020.
A win against
Eureka.
Yeah. For most of these boys on this team, that means they have never won against Eureka. If I'm not mistaken.
Very interesting situation in 2021 with a tie, 23-23.
Yeah. Something we don't usually see in football, but in high school football it's completely possible.
Absolutely.
Isn't that intriguing? Now, Kirkwood, they've had a really aggressive defensive line. They've been able to sneak their linebackers around. Their offensive linemen haven't been able to cover
Still
off
no true safeties. Wow, what a deep throw! But Eureka
way over the
get
head
his
of the
hands
receiver.
up.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. 15-yard penalty.
Oh my, unfortunately,
Kirkwood will take a penalty, and they will now go up to the lead in penalty yards. Obviously not a good thing.
still better than Eureka catching that deep pass.
Indeed. Kirkwood will send 2 wide.
First and 10 from Eureka's 39.
Shift. They'll just stop the run. The run does not look engaged. 8-yard gain though. Finds his space. Eureka's running backs have been incredibly good at this. Staying behind their defense, and the defense moves with them, and then sneaking into a hole in Kirkwood's defense. They have the eyesight for it. They've been trained for it by this Eureka offensive coordinator. And that's the reason why
Kirkwood should absolutely expect Eureka to score again.
Yes,
absolutely. We're looking at more than 7 points, 100% for Eureka in this half. I think they underperformed, actually.
incomplete pass.
Underperformed, actually, in the first half. And Kirkwood's defense is going to need to do everything that it can to minimize that, but Kirkwood's offense also needs to expect to score at least another touchdown.
So Kirkwood, what looked to be a complete pass, knocked out of the hands of the receiver by an incredible tackle by the defender. Our linebackers so far this game have done a great job. Will they continue to do a good job? That's the question. Try to run up the middle. Quarterback. Wow! Maybe recovered by Kirkwood. Where's it going?
The defense continues to impress nonetheless.
Eureka will retain possession, but it's almost fourth down and 10. It will be Kirkwood's ball.
Golden ears, baby.
Kirkwood's playing angry right now. And I think that's a good thing. Anger is energy, as they say. Long snap. Up for the kicker. Big boot. Unable to catch it fair. Stop rolling.
Kirkwood defense put on a great performance to keep Eureka from scoring. Especially after that 15-yard penalty on roughing the passer. To make sure that they don't score from that it's a testament to a very well organized and very determined.
Yeah, Kirkwood's playing a mature game right now. And I think that's
Legal procedure. On the white. Decline. First down. Kirkwood.
Kirkwood will decline the illegal procedure penalty. Not sure what would happen. I believe it would be a replay of the down, so they would punt again. But I think Kirkwood's happy with their field position at the moment, so they'll maintain it. Wise back on the field. We haven't seen that since the second drive of the game.
Very different than the snap.
Wise has scrambled out of the pocket almost every time he's seen it collapse around him.
That option's becoming more and more common in modern
Yes,
day.
the quarterback keeper is great for them. He'll find the tight end out wide. Scramble in the middle. Dukes the defender.
Still a loss of yardage.
Indeed, a 2-yard loss. They tried to find out wide with the post route. It didn't work for the Pioneers.
Lost 2 yards on the play. Tackle by number 14, Josh West.
Second and 12 for Kirkwood. Not the best situation to be in, obviously. No tight ends.
Receiver sent out wide. Wise drops back. Rushed by Eureka. They try to block. Finds number 17. Oh, targeting.
Very calm in the pocket. Eureka broke through there, but the Wise did not get Russell. He remained calm. He got the pass off. And
17.
We're looking for the first down.
17 Lucas from the team with the catch. Looked like he might have been targeted. The referees decided not to look at it. Snap to Wise. Side run Royal up the middle. Goes out wide. Looked for the space in the Wildcat defense, but they were fortunate they were able to collapse into him and force him wide. It'll be a second down and 8 for the Pioneers.
Second down, just 2 yards gained.
For Kirkwood, though, you're running down the clock here and you're still on the drive. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at it as running down the clock. Like I said, this offense needs to continue to score to win this game. We have not seen the last of the Eureka offense.
Always, though, just important to see the positive here. Royal up the middle. Great game for Royal. This is what Royal has done so well at, is just punching right through the line. Maybe he gains 7 or 8 yards, but he's gaining those yards effectively. And it will get Kirkwood closer. Oh, you're right there down the field.
Yeah, not
like
only
he'll be okay to
have
walk
they
off.
exploited their passing options, Kirkwood, but they've also been better on the run.
Yes, they have.
Mainly because I expect that Eureka doesn't know exactly what's going to happen on every single play. They don't know that it's going to be a run every single time.
Yes. Kirkwood, though, doing a great job of controlling their offensive pressure and making it useful. We'll send another one wide with block. More Hopkins up the middle. apologize. Greg Richards with the carry.
Big decision here.
They're going to go for it, it looks like. Wise would stay on the field. Wise will stay on the field. Tyson Sanders will go in. It looks like they're going to try to drive Tyson Sanders over the top. They put Whittington wide. They don't have a man covering him at the moment. Whittington has been able to break free from his defenders 3 times now. Can he do it again is the question.
A lot of options here for Wise.
He'll try to run it up the middle. Does he get it? It looks like he might have. They'll move the chains. You know what? This is the kind of play calling that Kirkwood needs to understand. We talked about this. They need to take the risks, and they're taking the risks.
They have got confidence.
Confidence is key. This is a mental game now, right? Kirkwood and Eureka are equally matched, but who's going to have the better mentality? Kirkwood hands it off forward.
You know, it's funny to call football a mental game. I think it's hard to argue it's not a pretty physical one.
4-yard gain for Richards. Kirkwood's chance, sporadic at the moment. Eureka's sideline now, absolutely silent. Wise piled on for a gain of 1. Looks like he's okay though. Gonna look for guidance on the sideline. Will Neslich come in for him? No.
Wise stays on. I like that. I think that he needs to look for the pass.
Kirkwood looks good at the moment. They'll need 5 yards here for the first down. They're looking to the sideline. They've got 8 seconds on the play clock. You don't have enough time here, Macklin. Waited to the last possible second to call the timeout. Had the ref right next to him.
Don't forget, at the end of the third quarter, please stand and join the Kirkwood Pioneer Pride Marching Band playing Kirkwood Alma Mater. That'll be
This is a moment of truth here. It's hard for me to imagine Kirkwood not punting if they can't get the first down from this third attempt. Progress has been slow but steady on this drive. And if it continues, well, that's great. But, you know, we'd like to see some second down getting to that first down, converting. You know, we don't want to be in this situation on the fourth down every single time where, you know, it's a high-risk decision. Do we give up the ball or do we press our luck?
Yeah, Kirkwood has maintained their aggression. We've got 5 yards to go here. Macklin calls a timeout. Get a reset on their energy, get a reset on their mentality. It looks like they're going to try to drive it up the middle, maybe find a pass out wide. They'll bring the tight end in the block. The run Wise up the middle. He's at the 50. 45, taking out the 45. First down though for Wise with a gain of 7 yards. Kirkwood is slowly chipping away at the Eureka defense.
Yeah, Creighton Wise has been making some of the most prolific runs on this team.
Indeed, Wise right now has more yards than Zion Royal.
What a stat.
Wise proving himself to be a dual threat quarterback too. I know there were some questions about his passing game, but so far all the passes he's been asked to make, he's hit dots.
If this is an audition for QB1, it's hard to imagine that he's not acing it.
Where's the flag? Not sure where it'll be.
Dead ball, full start. Audio open.
Ball starter.
Contract run.
No. Ball starting on Kirkwood. Obviously not a good thing.
Clock is running down about
Indeed.
15 seconds now, and
Kirkwood
counting.
will let it run. We'll take this little break for some station identification. This is KHTV with the Kirkwood call. I'm Mason Heller alongside Owen Spiegel, joined by Miles Boyko, Eric Schmitz, Quinn Sells, Jacob Heller, Ian Reno, and Orly Brown. Thank you for tuning in.
Kirkwood Pioneers
See you back here when the fourth quarter starts. Kirkwood Pioneers 14, Eureka Wildcats 10. Welcome back. First quarter action for you here. Mason Heller alongside Owen Spiegel. Thank you for coming back with us. Kirkwood takes a false start penalty. Wise has enough time to scramble. He scrambles up the middle.
The flag is out again.
Will it be holding? Holding possibly. We saw it thrown in the middle of that line. It looks like it's going that way. Kirkwood will get 5 yards.
5 yard change on the defense. 5 yards.
You know, I think we might have seen more flags than first downs on this drive.
Indeed. Eureka not as disciplined as I think the coaches would like them to be. So Kirkwood will deal with this unexpected game. First down and 8 for Kirkwood is a good thing. They'll try to deal. They'll send one over to shift the wide receiver formation 2-1-1. They'll wait. They've got 20 seconds on the sideline. Not sure if they're burning time.
One tight end, 3 wide receivers, 1 running back.
Wise will go up the middle. QB keep. 8 play is splitting the Eureka defense.
Not quite it. Concerns? It's hard to say.
About the offensive line.
To me, no. I think they've been looking all right on this game. I'm not worried so much about the offensive line. I think they've been holding their own. You know, they're certainly not best in the nation. But, no, I couldn't say that I'm worried.
Getting off on the 35. Up the middle they go. 2-yard gain for Kirkwood. They're well within field goal range now. To put this game on a touchdown up on Eureka, what does that do to Eureka? To put this game on a touchdown up on Eureka, what can that do to Eureka? Will that affect their spirits?
It's just so hard to say. It's just so hard to say.
Indeed.
This game is so multifaceted.
Eureka's sideline is continuing to be quiet. A whole quarter we haven't heard from them.
I mean, it's always hard when you're the away team. I mean,
They've come out in quite the drove.
you know, it's not your ground. It's not your. Oh,
Another flag thrown. Could be false start, could be holding. We don't know which way this ball is going.
Dead ball, full start on the offense.
Fire penalty for Kirkwood. I apologize if I sound exasperated, but Kirkwood, a severe lack of discipline from them. I'm sure Coach Jeremy is frustrated. They'll start running the clock. Kirkwood have 20 seconds to figure out their game plan. They'll huddle.
2nd and 12 is a hard situation. It's not what you want to find yourself in, but it's certainly not a hole that you can't take yourself out of.
No, exactly. We'll line up Royal on the outside. Royal finds room on the outside. He's running. At the 20, taken down, tripped up. At the 15. Now 3rd and 3 is suddenly a manageable situation because Royal is able to run the ball so well.
I really like that run from
That was a
Royal.
great run from Royal. Now, there's a reason why he's being recruited by so many top universities. It's because he finds that space, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think we're seeing big things from this kid.
3rd down and 6 for Kirkwood. looks like they're going to call him back just a bit.
Kirkwood's setting up with more tight ends now than they did in the first half.
They'll try to run. He finds space. Small gain for Kirkwood.
Very small.
Greg Richards with the carry. Kirkwood, I think, goes for it here on the fourth down. Don't you?
You know, if it's me, I'm choosing the field goal.
It looks like they're going to go for it.
They're not particularly close. 4th and 4. It's certainly not guaranteed that you can just throw running back in there. Oh, wow. And Wise is still on the field. The crowd's excited.
He's tripped up. He finds space, though.
Oh, will it be enough?
Doesn't look like it'll be enough.
No.
It was a good run from Wise.
If you can say nothing else, you can say that was exciting to watch.
It was exciting to watch. Kirkwood, they turned it over on down, unfortunately. The wish did not pay off. But if you kick the field goal there and miss it, they get the ball in the same place. So perhaps not trusting Evan Peters' leg. Obviously, this is Evan Peters' leg.
I think that player has grown a lot, though.
Yes.
Tough situation, though. If they converted the field goal, they'd be an entire touchdown ahead of Eureka.
Yes.
Tough situation to call. Comes down to the mentality of the coach.
They'll try to run up the middle. The quarterback is brought down.
Quarterback keeper.
3-yard gain on the play for Eureka.
Brought down to number 5,
Number 5, Kylan Wallace.
Not the best play, not the worst play from the defense.
Yes, indeed. Kirkwood, though, good defense. Kylan Wallace, number 5, in my gym class. Talking about how he was going to have a big game. Let's see if he can turn it up.
Kirkwood setting up again with no safeties.
Kirkwood doesn't fall for the fake snap. So they will look for an official play here. Here they go. Looks for the pass. Complete. Brought down. Short of the first down. 3 and 2.
It was a good play to grab the receiver once he had the ball. It was a textbook tackle. It was good, but still so much yardage gained.
Indeed. Kirkwood looks good there. Kirkwood was finding the holes, punishing Eureka for the mistakes. The receiver was not uncovered, and he was taken down the second ball with his hands. He tries to send up the middle.
Wow!
3-yard loss. 4 and 5 for Eureka. They will have to punt this ball.
Band is getting excited. What a performance yet again from the defense.
4 and out for Eureka. 6 minutes on the clock. Absolutely outside. The crowd is still in full size at Kirkwood High School. The Eureka crowd still here as well. We still haven't heard from them in a while. Punt comes back. Ball goes out to the snap. Punt. Short punt.
Very.
They'll let it roll as long as they can. It will stop at the 35-yard line. Kirkwood does not have nearly as much to make up as they thought they did.
Yeah, Kirkwood, we may be underestimating the importance of stopping him on that drive.
Oh, it was an incredibly important drive. Now Kirkwood obviously has ball. It was Eureka's opportunity to run that 5 minutes in the second one now.
To be leading so late in the game against this really good team. I mean, Eureka's ranked 29 in Missouri. They're ranked number 8 in their division. And then 13th overall in the St. Louis area. I mean, we are not looking at a weak team. This has been a very good performance so far from Kirkwood.
And we keep saying it, number 2 in Class 5. Kirkwood Class 6, obviously. It was supposed to move down to Class 5, but both of them stayed high. So Kirkwood will stay in Class 6 for the time.
Yeah, despite Eureka being in a lower class, Class 5, I think that a lot of people, I know that a lot of people saw Eureka as favorites in this matchup.
5.5 point favorites, in fact. Off the middle. Roy with the ball. He'll get stopped. 4-yard gain. Maybe even 5 yards. He kept pushing.
Owen Neslage is warming up here. Very interesting, as we thought we were starting to see Creighton morph into that preferred QB role. We'll see what happens here.
His dad will go to talk to him. Up the middle.
The flags are out.
What's Kirkwood looking at?
Personal foul, face mask, on the defense.
It will be a first down for Kirkwood. 15-yard penalty.
You know, Kirkwood has a great fan presence, but they could be more excited right now. Maybe they're just holding their breath. Band's certainly happy to be here.
Kirkwood will look to capitalize on this. They'll run up the middle again. Royal, 6-yard gain.
Very interesting development. Kirkwood going back to the run-heavy offense, and not just run-heavy, something more than that.
Yes, Kirkwood right now looks like it'll be 2nd and 6, I apologize. 2nd and 6, Kirkwood within striking range again. With 4 minutes, touchdown here puts the game close to out of reach.
Absolutely. I mean, a touchdown here means you have at least 2 drives that Eureka needs to successfully complete to win the game.
And Eureka would need another long pass conversion. Richards stopped for a loss, 2-yard loss. Eureka's crowd not even as loud as their parents' section.
To me, I think this is more evidence that we're better when we pass.
Perhaps it's something that's playing into Eureka's energy though, right? Kirkwood's feeding off the crowd. I know how easy it is to feed off the crowd, especially when it's really high. And Kirkwood's crowd right now is bumping. The crowd has not decreased the size like we saw in the Dismat game. The crowd is here in full force, so loud. It's not nearly as hot as it was in the Dismat game. The temperature's nice and ambient.
Oh, absolutely perfect weather.
It's perfect weather for football. And Kirkwood seems to be feeding off that. Wise, rushed.
Oh, wow.
Passing complete. Number 14 gets in the way for Eureka. It worked for Eureka. Nothing to punt here. If you punt, you're going to punt into the end zone. So, do you give Evan Peters the look here and have him kick? They will not have Evan Peters kick.
It's a little bit out of range for him.
It is. They will send out Zion Royal. They will send out Creighton Wise. Will they send out a pass option? They will send out 3 pass options on the backside. Whistle blown.
Timeout.
Timeout, Kirkwood.
Kirkwood will take another timeout. Embiid will take a timeout. Need a drink. Rest our nose.
Your final timeout.
Hopefully not too much for your liking, but it is what it is. Well, thank you all for tuning in. KHTV, I'm Mason alongside Owen Spiegel. We'll be back in the studio.
Thank you for being with us here on KHTV to watch some beautiful Friday Night Lights in front of us. Tense situation for Kirkwood here. 4th and 8, out of field goal range, but it doesn't make sense to punt. They will have to go for the 4th down. We've got an exciting down here for you.
Kirkwood cheerleaders trying to get the crowd hyped. They certainly did the pep rally. Neslage with the throw! Oh! Awesome pass interference.
Commotion on the field.
They'll turn it over to Eureka. they wanted the PI call there.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting development to see Nesoj back on the field. He hasn't taken a snap since the first quarter.
So what I would say is I think it was fun to put the message out at the field. It makes sense given what they did.
Yeah.
It seems like he's satisfied with the run game.
And Creighton has been more than a quarterback. He's been running quite a bit. The deep throw is not caught.
Beautiful defensive coverage.
No, Creighton Wise has been taking a lot of snaps, but he's also been running a lot. He's running, he's been getting tackled, he's been more than a quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if they're just giving him a rest right now.
Kirkwood, the shift again. Kirkwood's defensive line has really given Eureka
Eureka is running pass heavy right now, and it is working. Defense needs to lock in, or this game could easily slip out of the hands of Kirkwood.
out wide.
And just like that, we have a 4th down for you, Kirkwood.
Pretty severe amount of pain. We'll take a moment. We'll take a break.
We've got a left ankle injury. It looks pretty severe on the field for Kirkwood. It looks like he'll most surely have to come off.
Number 1, Jaden Sloan on the ground after a huge hit. Writhing in pain, obviously something you would hate to see in a football game, especially with high school kids. He'll be helped off the field. Standing on his own weight. They link back to the sideline. Looks to be okay, at least for the time being. We won't expect him on this next drive, but doesn't look like his career's over just yet. At least we hope so, because that hit was absolutely brutal. Laid the Eureka player flat out. Eureka will go for it. Kirkwood getting loud.
If Kirkwood can stop Eureka here, that would be huge.
Kirkwood getting so loud. Finding cover for the man as they shift. They look for the pass deep. Absolutely no chance for the Eureka Wildcats. And a Kirkwood ball at the 40-yard line with 2 minutes to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is just 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Kirkwood leads by 4, and now they have the ball around the 40. This has been quite the game, and Kirkwood is on its way to the second victory of the year, but they're going to have to seal the deal.
They will. Eureka player down the field. Again, of course, that's why I was players go down.
You know, I have to say, a little bit of a poor choice of song and dance while there's an injured player. Certainly couldn't have been planned.
obviously injury not something we're looking for, especially given the reputation for injury after the bounty hunter incident with the New Orleans Saints in 2009.
Yeah, 2 successive injuries, you hate to see it. The worst part of the sport for sure.
We talked earlier about how brutal football is, right? And how it slowly beats away your
Oh,
body.
absolutely. And uniquely so. I think the only other sport that there's a few, but injuries are such a big deal.
Indeed, my dad who played football in the era of no helmets obviously exposed himself to a ridiculous risk of head injury. We see CTE cases in those older football players rising every day. So we hope these boys stay safe. Royal will get the ball directly from the snap. No gain for him, forward motion will stop him. No loss.
Looks to me like a net zero.
Indeed, net zero. So they gave the ball to him directly from the snap.
Timeout. Eureka.
They will take the first time out. They will take the first time out with 2 minutes and 37 seconds on the clock. We'll take a timeout for station identification. KHTV, Mason Hill alongside Owen Spiegel, joined by Miles Boyko, Nelly Brown, Jacob Heller, Ian Reno, Quinn Sells, Eric Schmitz, Kamal Webb, and Matthew Trask. Thank you for tuning in. We'll join you in just a moment.
Interesting situation. 2nd and 9. A gain of just 1 yard on that last play. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Seems like we have
Kirkwood. Looks like they're arguing over the yardage. Kirkwood,
Owen Neslage back on the
2 and
field.
9. Nestledge at quarterback. Where is Creighton Wise? He's on the sideline, obviously not injured. Nestledge will get the ball. They'll hand it off to Royal. 1 yard gain for Royal.
Another modest gain.
Now if you're Mr.
Eureka.
Oh, they're calling timeout.
Charge. Timeout.
Yeah, they're calling a timeout
A
again.
lot of timeouts in the last 5
Yeah, I think
minutes
what
or
they're
so.
looking for is trying to, be against Kirkwood's rundown of the clock. Because right now, with 40 seconds on the play clock, which is what you'll get after this timeout, Kirkwood can run 40 seconds off of the time. That's significant, especially when there's 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, this late in the game, football totally becomes a game of the clock.
Now, Kirkwood last year was able to beat enough people to have the running clock rule, but we're not seeing it right now, which means that the clock will not run involved.
Kirkwood taking full use of Eureka's timeout.
We're going to use every second they get in this timeout. Macklin giving some sort of speech. The whistle to break the huddle. Nessage will stay on the field. Wise will not come back on. We saw this happen last year. Wise limping a bit. Not sure if that's an injury. We saw this happen a bit last year with Omar Hopkins and Creighton Wise.
I'm personally always hoping for a pass as opposed to the run.
Nessage will get the ball. He'll look for the pass. In the pocket. Throws. Caught! Kirkwood reels it in at the 17.
Well, this looks like it has to be at least a field goal for Kirkwood. And the people like this pronouncer is yet again excited.
Kirkwood. Nessage scrambled in the pocket, something he struggled with, but he managed to find his target. And that's why they put him in, because they needed to find the pass options. Eureka has started to read this run offense, and now it's Nestledge's turn to bring the game home with his passing game.
Yeah, absolutely. Neslage has a
He'll
ball.
hand off to Royal. Royal will try to find some space.
Flag's out.
Maybe a face mask. It looks like it will be one. Not sure who the flag's on.
Face mask. Defense.
Face mask and safety.
Half
Half distance from the goal line. Eureka, incredibly undisciplined with their face mask penalties. This is
Yet
the third
another
one.
cause to celebrate as a Kirkwood fan.
Exactly. The third face mask penalty of the game for Eureka. That's something that has to be changed in practice.
You know, you
Kirkwood is
do
within the
kind of wonder if this game would be any different if Eureka played a little bit more disciplined.
Yeah, no, you have to. Because Kirkwood has gotten within striking distance 3 times because of Eureka's penalties.
Timeout, Eureka.
Eureka will use their final
It
timeout.
has to be their last of the half.
It is their last timeout. There's a minute 47 left on the clock in this game. Eureka has infallible timeouts. Kirkwood calling for the fans to get loud. The student section still in the stands. Eureka's student section with their arms on their sides. Dismay. As Eureka looking for something, anything to strike back from Pioneer.
Yeah, I just can't imagine what it'd be like to be in the head of a Eureka player or coach right now. So much pressure. 1:47 left on the clock. No timeouts. You aren't even in possession of the ball. It's 1st and 8 for Kirkwood. Both teams lining up, waiting for the word from the referee.
Nestled will stay on the field. It's something super important to recognize. Oh my goodness, they're kneeling. Does Kirkwood have enough time to run off the game? It looks like Kirkwood might go for a field goal to seal the game, is what I'm thinking at the moment.
Interesting tactic.
With 4 plays on the clock, Kirkwood will have enough kneels to run the clock out and win the game against the Eureka Wildcats.
Do not see Evan Peters on the field.
Another 40 seconds off the clock. The Kirkwood Pioneers are going to be the victors of this game. They will dethrone the number 2 Eureka Wildcats. And the crowd will sing, na na na, hey hey, goodbye to the Eureka Wildcats.
What a win for Kirkwood. They indeed are slowly running the clock out, and we are just seconds away from the second Kirkwood win of the season, and one that nobody truly believed was in the hands of Kirkwood at any point.
Kirkwood Pioneers will win the football game.
What a win,
Good
Kirkwood.
night from Kirkwood on Blackout night. They said it was revenge night, and revenge there was. Pioneers take the win, 14-10.
Just 10 seconds left on the clock to officially bring this game to an end in favor of your Kirkwood Pioneers. And yet another low-scoring matchup. The band goes crazy. Cheerleaders cheering, mommy's bombing, and the people are singing "Roll Near."
It's a beautiful night for football in Kirkwood, Missouri. Thank you for joining us here on KHTV. The Pioneers, the deserving winners of this game, the better team. We said they looked terrible in the first half,
And they did.
you know what? They brought it all the way back home.
When you come back on Monday morning, there will no longer be doubts. There's an air of hope.
Kirkwood, we talked about how they had to have that conversation in the locker room. They had that conversation in the locker room. The Kirkwood Pioneers win this game. They advance to 2-1. GSV, what do you have to say? They just dethroned his number 2 pick.
Absolutely. What a game to be a Kirkwood fan at. It's such a low-scoring 1-2. We entered the half at 7-10 in favor of Eureka. We came out 14-10 in favor of Kirkwood. The defense has been rock solid. Rock solid yet again.
So, we'll just say it now before we sign off. Kirkwood deserved to win this game. Their defense kept them in it. The run game helped them. Creighton-wise, his QB sneaks, unmatchable. And Owen Nestlage with a final dagger, a pass to Mr. Chris Potter at 17-yard line. Eureka then took a face mask and sealed the game. It was over from there. And the Kirkwood Pioneers will sing the alma mater. We'd like to thank Owen Badger for getting us started here. KHTV, a rich tradition. Our journalism programs also a rich tradition here at Kirkwood High School. We're so excited to be with you. We'll be back here in October. We might see you at some away games. We will certainly see you in basketball, hockey, and maybe even baseball season.
And don't forget to tune in to Turkey Day.
We will have Turkey Day live from the same booth you're hearing us from now. The band's getting hyped. I'm
What a win!
Joined by Miles Boyko and Norley Brown.
What a way to spend a beautiful Friday night.
Erica Schmitz and several others. We thank you so much for tuning in. This is KHTV signing off.
Thank you and good night.